Hey, 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 here for some afternoon baseball. Field of Dreams, Season 4, picking up on July 18th, and we'll sim through this, see if we can maybe wrap it up, unless some people want to save a few games to wrap up July here tonight or even tomorrow. Interesting races going on, especially in the water division. We got four teams all within 3 games. That looks like a tight race. Vegas has pulled out ahead 5.5 games over Chicago, and Hagerstown, a surprise in the Earth division, is 4 games up on Liverpool. And then there is Manchester that just doesn't want to quit. In the Win division, D-Gens with a half-game lead over Lehigh, and Chico's and T-Ville within single digits. Let's take a look at what's going on around the league. Cy Young having a great season, ironically, is leading the voting for Cy Young. Mickey Mantle on the Hagerstown team having a great year. Team batting, San Francisco and Chicago up there, but San Francisco really a powerful batting team, showing that here in the halfway through the season. Batting leaders looks like Speaker and Mantle both up there, 353 for Speaker. And Ruth and Lajoie tied with home runs, 34 apiece. Interesting to see some of these dead ballers get adjusted and playing a more modern style of baseball. So let's take a look at the games on the slate for the 18th of July. And I'm going to sim through this day and take a look. Oh, we have Lehigh at Manchester. Let's see if there's another one, because I definitely might want to play this. We have one on the 19th. Maybe we'll do that. I may play that. I'm gonna have to play that one. I know MV's out there. If he's in the world, hey Jeff, welcome in. Here on the 18th, let's auto sim this one and see how that sets up for the following day where I'll actually broadcast that game. So auto play. Lehigh, Manchester. Oh, and Manchester with a one-run win, beating Roy Halladay. And Caminiti in a losing effort hits his 19th home run. Liverpool and San Francisco. San Francisco with the loss. Liverpool needing to chase down Hagerstown with the 7-4 win. Here is Brooklyn. We look at this league over here. All these teams are really close. 5 of the 6 teams in the water division competing really, and here Brooklyn is. Brooklyn Hadley Lake, a one-run game. Hadley Lake beats Brooklyn. Washington and Hagerstown. Washington being an expansion team. And Hagerstown with a loss. So no doubt Liverpool happy to pull within 3. And here is Vegas and St. Pete. Vegas looking to extend its lead on Chicago. And they shut out St. Pete and get a win. Jeff Hunter's in here. And what do you mean? Abort, abort. Caminiti not on Manchester. We know he's not on Manchester. Why do you think he is? Interestingly enough, MB. Um, it's the highlights for the day. Even the losing team can have players highlighted. Mid Michigan, Edmonton, and Edmonton with a trouncing 10-4. Let me just stand by here while I check a couple things. Amazing and Chicago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, midlife's like, yeah, it is. He didn't hit a home run for you. I have no idea what you're talking about, MV. The highlights are a combination of both teams there. But anyway, Chicago and amazing Chicago, 4-0 shutout as they try to keep pace with Vegas. Here's T-Ville and Long Island. T-Ville loses. Smoltz gets a win for Long Island. He's only 3-12 on the season. Uh, Randy Johnson gets a loss. D-Gens in Dallas. D-Gens with the power, that powerful team, And they get a win, 5-2 over Dallas. Now they're up a game and a half on Lehigh. And here's Philadelphia and Cleveland, a couple below 500 teams. And Philadelphia gets a 3-0 win. So the Icemen are thawing out a little bit. Tijuana and Florence. Tijuana 11-3. Maplewood and Chico's. Chico's with a big win as they look to make up ground on D-Gens as well. And here's Marshfield and Lancaster. And Lancaster in 11 innings beats Marshfield. And we will move on to the 19th. On this day, I definitely, since MV's here, and I'd love nothing more than to beat his Manchester team, I'm going to fire this game up. Haven't done a broadcast in a while, so let's see. Mordecai Brown will face Zach Greinke, one of the aces for Manchester. So this should be a good matchup. And Lehigh having JD Martinez still out to the end of the month because he was replaced for injury. Will, he's back, will not be seeing any playing time. And I don't know what stadium we're in, MV, but it looks like shit. So let's take a look at the park layout here. What a mess. Did the Red Bolts move their park? What park are you playing in here? Riverfront. Oh, it's an ugly park anyway, Riverfront is. Let me see if I can find one. Hideous park. And I don't think I found one that I like. So let's take a look at. See what we got. Got to get this set up or I will not enjoy this game. Let's try this one. What's this one look like? Is this a night game? What the heck is going on? It's just... There we go. There we go. We're going to use, well, you can tell I'm out of practice with these park layouts. I haven't broadcast baseball in so long. I haven't got some of these set up to watch, and I completely forgot that MV moved from what used to be Yankee Stadium to Riverfront, which gives me very ugly options to use for ballpark images. And it's just an ugly park. I know there's no real good photos of Riverfront, but we'll make do with this one. This is the best one there is. This is Mike Silva's creation. And there is not an actual photograph that looks better. This is the best that there is. So everybody's tuned in to watch me put markers around, welcome in, while I get this set up to my liking. Because this is going to be a big game. One team's going to win, one team's going to lose, and we're all probably hoping that team that wins is the Lizards. These markers set up. I think we're pretty good on the settings right there. Who knows? We'll find out. Oh, first base. We got to get it right there. And we hit save, and there we go. I like to also go into the park layout, make the main a little bit larger, and I can probably maybe make the playing fields a little bit smaller. But let's play with this. So we're ready to start some baseball. Away we go. Zach Greinke on the mound. He's a great fielder, and they'll give up a leadoff walk. And the first batter is aboard. Here's Jeff Bagwell, big part of this Lehigh team. And Bagwell will strike out. Greinke gets him. He was looking for something there. There's Caminiti. We saw he hit a home run in the last game, and Biggio will swipe second base. Caminiti batting .320 on the season. And the second walk here as Greinke puts Caminiti on 1 out, and here is the big clue. And he hits this one hard, drifting over to the right field corner as Ed Roush makes the catch. Biggio will tag. Can he beat the throw? There is a throw to third. And Ed Roush with an error. And Caminiti goes to third, and the run will score. An E9 throwing error, trying to get Biggio at third. On that error, Biggio scores, Caminiti to third, and here's Willie Mays with 2 down. And Mays make it 2-0 as he gets a 2-out single. Poor play by Andrus. He couldn't get to that ball. And here comes Dave Winfield. Mays off and running. And he gets a stolen base. 1 ball. No strikes. Pitch to Winfield. Winfield grounder to Billy Herman. He's up with the throw. And that will end it. Head to the bottom of the first. But not before the Red Bolts give up 2 runs. Here is Federal Leaguer Benny Koff. A big prize in last year's draft for MV and the Red Bolts. Sherry McGee, acquired in trade a season ago. Left fielder here, and he gets a 1-out single. Brings up Stan the Man. And McGee will swipe second. We've seen a lot of stolen bases already and haven't played 1 inning. 1 full inning, that is. Musial pops this up in the infield. Who will get under it? It's a high pop-up. Biggio. Looks like he does make the catch. 2 down, and here is Ken Keltner, a fan favorite for the Red Bolts. And Keltner takes the base. We've got go-ahead run at the plate. Newly acquired Lance Parrish. Big upgrades for catcher. And hard hit. Caminiti makes a great play. Fires the second. Gets Keltner, and we've played 1. 2-0 Lehigh. Gus Bell steps in, and he'll draw a walk. Greinke to face Bill Freehan, the catcher. And this is a grounder. Andrus to Herman. They'll turn 2. Pitcher's best friend, and 2 down. And here is the power-hitting Ozzie Smith, batting 9th in the lineup. He is a switch hitter. Grounder to Sisler. Gorgeous George makes the play. Headed to bottom of 2. 2-0 lead. Up steps Billy Herman. And Biggio makes the play. Tosses to Kluszewski. 1 away. Andrus draws a walk. Andrus takes off, and the throw down, and he will just beat it. Freehan can't get the throw down there in time, and it's 2-0. Runner on second, 1 down. George Sisler up. Fly ball, deep. Mays headed back on the track, makes the catch. Andrus holds the second. And the pitch to Roush. Gus Bell playing right field for J.D. Martinez, who has been dinged up, makes the third out of the inning. We've played 2-0. Biggio walked in the first. This time gets the bat on the ball. Ed Roush tracks it down. 1 away. Bagwell, ground ball. Andrews up with the throw. Over to Sisler. 2 down, and here is Ken Caminiti. He hit a home run yesterday. He walked his first time up. And he walks again. 2 walks on the day. And Greinke's 4th walk. And here's the big clue. He draws a walk. 5 walks already. Not even 3 innings yet. And here's Willie Mays. He got that key base hit that drove in the 2nd run. And this time he hits it out to center. Drifting back. Hoff's got good range. Puts it away. And we head to bottom of 3. 2-0. Mordecai Brown on the mound. Facing Koff. Foul ball. So 2 strike. Here's the pitch. Biggio with it. Kazuski in time. 1 away for Sherry McGee, who singled his first time up. Fly ball to center. Mays under it. 2 down. Stan Musial steps in, and he hits this one to left field. Is it going to stay in? It does, as Winfield tracks it down. That'll end the threat. We've played 3 going to the top of the 4th here. We'll see Winfield, Gus Bell, and Bill Freehan. And Winfield with a leadoff single. Pitch to Gus Bell. Bell. Fly ball to center. Koff drifts back, makes the catch. Winfield holds it first. 1 away. And here's Bill Freehan. Pops this one up in the infield. Should be an easy play. Not sure if it's Keltner or Andrus that's going to make the play here. Looks like Keltner will. Shields his eyes from the sun. Makes the play. 2 down. And here's the big hit in Ozzie Smith. Pulls this one foul down the right field line. 0-2 pitch. Trying to keep Winfield from swiping second. And Smith, another foul. And he gets in. Key strikeout for Greinke, and here we go. We'll see Keltner, Parrish, and Billy Herman stepping in against Mordecai Brown. Keltner flies this one down the left field line. Winfield with good range gets it. Brings up Lance Parrish, the big wheel. This one's in the air. Winfield probably has to move, but something happened where it got over his head. And it would have been extra bases, but Lance Parrish tripped, and that's just going to be a single off the wall. Pitch to Herman, popped up behind the plate. Freehan may have a play. Well, let's see. And it's out of play. 1-2 count. Billy Herman, ground ball up the middle. Smith to Biggio, turns to first. They get him. That'll end the inning. Ends the threat. We've played 4, 2-0. Biggio, base hit up the middle. Leadoff man's on. Here comes Jeff Bagwell, 281 hitter in the replay. Ground ball, Keltner to Herman. Herman to first. Double play. That double play helping out the pitchers on both sides. And here's Ken Caminiti. 2 walks on the day. And this time, Greinke gets him, and we head to the bottom of the 5th, and we'll see Andrews, Sisler, and Roush, the bottom of the order for the Red Bulls. Grounder, Smith fires to first. He gets him. And Sisler draws a walk. 1 away for Ed Roush. And Sisler takes off the throw down, and another base stolen this game. 19 on the season for Sisler. And runner in scoring position for Ed Roush. Grounder, Biggio to first. They get the runner. Sisler takes third. 2 down, runner at third. Here is leadoff hitter Benny Koff. Ground ball up the middle. Biggio makes the great play. Fires to first. That will end the threat. Great play number 20 by Biggio. We've played 5. Head to the top of the 6th. We'll see the big clue. Willie Mays and Dave Winfield. The big clue. Out to center. Koff catches that one. Puts him down for out number 1. And here's Willie Mays. 28 home runs in the replay. Out to left. McGee doesn't have to even move. Right in the glove. 2 down. And here is Dave Winfield. Only 6 home runs in the replay. And Winfield out to right. Roush charging in. He will make the play. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. And we will see McGee, Musial, and Ken Kelton. McGee aboard with the leadoff. Walk. Here's Stan Musial. Mordecai Brown delivers. Ground ball. Smith. Can they turn 2? They can't. He's going to have to go to first, and just does get Musial by a step. No chance to get McGee at second. And now we got a runner in scoring position for Ken Kelton. Hard hit ball, left field line. Winfield in the corner, up against the wall, makes a great catch. Fires it in. McGee holds it second. And Mordecai Brown looking to get out of this without giving up a run. And here's Lance Parrish. He tripped after a big bang off the wall. The last inning. And the pitch to Lance, and he draws a walk. So now, go-ahead run comes to the plate. 2 down. Here's Billy Herman. He's hit 2 home runs in the replay. And this one's a base hit. Well, they try for home. McGee comes around. There won't be a throw. And the Red Bulls get their first run of the game. And Andrews, base hit to Bell. Bell. Oh, there won't be a throw. So can they tie this up or even go ahead? It's up to George Sisler. Brown with the pitch. Sisler in the air. Mays drifts back to the wall. And that'll end the threat, but they do get one. And we've got a 2-1 game as we head to the top of the 7th inning. And here's Gus Bell playing right field. And Gus Bell out to center. Koff with great range puts it away, and we see the catcher, Bill Freehan. In the air, McGee, easy out, 2 down, and here's Ozzie Smith, 0 for 2 on the day. And Greinke with that great range snags it himself, and we're headed to the 7th inning stretch. Yeah, MV, I'm just noticing all of your types that you're very sad that I'm missing JD Martinez, but we got a hell of a game here. And Ed Roush steps into the plate, a fan favorite here for the handle. Ooh, somebody got injured. Oh, Ed Roush is injured and out of the game. I wonder if that'll have ramifications down the road. And that'll bring up leadoff hitter Benny Koff. And Brown gets him. Swing and a miss, and here's Sherry McGee. McGee has a walk and a single. And make that 2 singles as he hits this all the way. No, make it a double as he hits it all the way to the wall. 4 play out there, his 30th doubles. McGee's in scoring position, 2 out. I'm always thinking that this game has some 2-out preference in it. We've seen a ton of runs scored with 2 out, in my opinion. Here's Musial. Trying to keep McGee close. And Musial on the ground. Smith with the throw. They get him. Still 2-1 as we head to the top of the 8th, top of the order for Lehigh. There's Craig Biggio. He's walked and singled. And Trevor Hoffman coming in for the tired Greinke. I wonder how Trevor is. He is 1.80 ERA, 8-3 in the replay. He's doing really even better than in real life, so he's been tough in season 4. And Biggio can't beat it. Herman with a great play, 1 down. And here comes Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell, liner right to Keltner. That's 2 down. And here's Ken Caminiti. He's got a couple walks on today. That's his third. Third time he's been on base, all 3 walks. And Ken Kluszewski come through with 2 out here. Slow roller, Sisler takes it himself. And we will head to the bottom of the 8th. And Keltner punched out. And welcome in Aaron Reed. Another strikeout, 2 down, and here's Billy Herman. Fly ball, center field. Mays makes it. We are headed to the 9th inning. Lehigh would love to get some insurance run, but it looks like Hoffman doesn't give those up very often. Mays, fly ball, Koff. Easy out, 1 down. Here's Dave Winfield. And Winfield hits this one all the way to the wall. The left field wall. Should be extra bases. McGee chasing it down. Winfield will glide into second base. And we got a 1-out double. Man in scoring position. And here comes Gus Bell. Bell, slow roller. Keltner has to charge it. He's up with the throw. Is it in time? It is just in time. Nipping by an inch or 2 there, and Winfield takes third. Freehand looking to get this insurance run in. Harris trying to get the sign right with Hoffman. And Hoffman bears down. So here we go. Last chance for the Red Bolts to tie or take the lead, and they'll see the bottom of their order coming up. Andrews, Sisler, and Duke Snider. Fly ball to left. Andrews. Winfield tracks it down, 1 away, and here's Sisler. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And a key base hit, so the tying run is aboard now, 1 away. And here is the Silver Fox himself, Duke Snider. Replace the injured Roush. Infield's guarding the line. And Sisler singles into right. And that sets the runner over to third. So now, 1 out. Double play situation in order. Tying run at third. And here is the top of the order. The pitch. And Brown gets a key strikeout when it matters. And we are down to the last out. What will give? McGee's had a good day. Has 5 game-winning RBIs on the season. What's he done here today? He's singled, walked, and doubled. So this might be the guy they need at the plate. Here is the pitch. Steve Evans coming in to pinch hit. I guess the manager knows what it's doing. And here is Evans, comes in to pinch hit, and the game is tied. The lefty comes in and gets it done. Now they've got a chance to win the game here in the bottom of the 9th. If Musial can come through. Bill Freehand getting the sign straight. Musial line drive to Biggio. Great play, and we are going to extra innings. This game is not over. So here's Ozzie Smith facing Hoffman. And of all people, Ozzie Smith looks like he legs out a double against one of the best relievers in the game. And a leadoff double works well. Here's the top of the order with Biggio. Hoffman delivers into right. Snider makes the catch. I don't know if Smith will tag. He doesn't. And Smith looked like he might be tired, but here's the ground ball. Andrews, great play over to Sisler. 2 down. Smith takes third. Go-ahead run on third. Wild pitch. Pass ball scores him. Base hit. Will Hoffman get replaced? Here comes Caminiti. And Hoffman stays in there, gets the key strikeout. We will head to the bottom of the 10th. Brown says he has a bit left. I don't know what that means. It could be ugly. Fingers are crossed. This one's popped up into foul territory. It might get in the seats. Kluszewski's over there and cannot get it. It says Brown may be tired. Well, we're going to find out. Ground ball. Smith fires first. He gets him. Here's Parrish. Oh, Lee McGee is coming in to pinch hit. And Brown says, I don't care if the red flag is up. If I'm really tired, we'll find out here. And 2 out, base hit. Andrews steps in. Brown takes it himself. He's still on the mound. Let's see if that stays if they get to the next inning. And with him on the mound, we go to the top of the 11th, still 2-2, and here's Hoffman. High pitch count. Here comes Dan Marion. We're going to see a relief of the ace closer, and here's Kluszewski. Oh, looked like it could be a base hit, but Marion makes a great play to retire Kluszewski. And here's Willie Mays. Back. Snyder with the catch, 2 down, and here's Dave Winfield. He's got 2 hits on the day, make it 3. 3 for 5 on the day as Winfield keeps the inning alive. And here's Gus Bell. Down the left field line, opposite field shot. Evans in the corner puts it away. We are headed to bottom of the 11th. Brown is out of gas. I don't know what this means. Here comes Jose Valverde. Papa Grande in the house. And just like that, Papa Grande does exactly what he did when he pitched for the Tigers. Gives up a dinger when you don't need it. And the Red Bolts come through with a 1-run game. Don't know if MV's still around. I mean, he might be in cardiac arrest thinking he was going to lose that one. But great game. And let's go to the rest of the games that day. Washington, Hagerstown. No doubt the people in Earth Division would love to see Hagerstown lose. What will happen? They get a 1-run win. So Hagerstown's still atop the Earth Division. Vegas and St. Pete. St. Pete with an upset of Vegas. A lot of close 1-run games. Edmonton, 1-run game, gets a key win over Mid-Michigan. Long Island and T-ville. 1-run game. We're on a streak, folks. All 5 games we've played today, including the one I simmed, all 1-run games. How about D-Gens and Dallas? No, D-Gens pulls out ahead again, 2.5 games up. Philadelphia smashes Cleveland as Philadelphia puts another win on the board, 12-2. Liverpool loses a 1-run game. Tiant gets a win, gets the best of Shore. Ted Williams, 3 for 4. And Brooklyn loses to Hadley Lake. Lancaster, a 1-run game. There's still a lot of 1-run games, all but 2 games. Chicago loses to Amazing, so can't make up any ground on Vegas. Tijuana with a big win over Florence, 11-9. And Maplewood home against Chico's. Chico's closing the distance a little bit, only 6.5 back as we move on to July 20th. Washington and Long Island. Ooh, 2-0 for Washington. Maplewood heads into D-Gens and beats them in 11 innings, 7-6. Chicago, 5-1 winner over Mid-Michigan. And here's Tijuana heading into Hadley Lake now for a new series. And Tijuana puts up 11, beats Hadley Lake 11-1. Hadley Lake really struggling this year. T-ville and Manchester. Manchester with a key win. There's some fight left in that Red Bolt team. Edmonton, a heartbreaker. Marshfield, 3-2, beats Edmonton on the road. Here's Lehigh and Hagerstown, and Lehigh gets a win over Hagerstown, 6-2. Cy Young with his 18th win. Liverpool at home, shut out by Ed Walsh on the road, comes in and Cleveland beats Liverpool. St. Pete and Florence. St. Pete takes the loss. Florence behind Tehran, 3-1 now. And Philadelphia at San Francisco. Philadelphia, that's 3 wins I've seen in a row. It's Philadelphia, best San Francisco team with a 7-3 win. So Philadelphia struggling early, but looking really good here this week. Chico's in Dallas. I know Buckshot's trying to watch from the phone. He says, can Chico's make up some ground? They're 6 back now. And no, they lose 3-2 in a 1-run thriller against Dallas. Necro gets the win, and Randy Johnson loses, drops to 12-9. Lancaster and Amazing Kitsunes with a 5-2 win. We head on into the 21st. Interesting races. Washington, Long Island. 3-1 Long Island. D-Gens upset. Maplewood on the road beats them 6-4. And Mid-Michigan beats Chicago. Tijuana, a tight one, 1-0 win over Hadley Lake. Hal Newhauser, who's been a fixture in this league for a few years, 2-1 now. Manchester and T-Ville 10-3 over Manchester. Edmonton at home gets a win. Drysdale goes to 13-7, 9-3 win. Hagerstown and Lehigh. Hagerstown pounces Lehigh 9-4. Dolph Luke, my weak link in that rotation as the fifth man, takes a beating from David Price, who gets the win. Cleveland at Liverpool, 11 innings. Kinder, 6-4 on the season, gets the win. St. Pete, 9-0 shutout. Cueto pitches a great game. And this time, San Francisco gets a win. Clemens, 14-6, beats Messersmith as San Francisco beats Philadelphia. Here's Chico's on the road, Buckshot. Listen up. And this time, Greg Maddux, 11-1. Tons of run support. They beat Chico's 11-1 on the road. Or Dallas is at home, I should say. Chico's on the road. Lancaster and Amazing. Lancaster beats Amazing this time. And Brooklyn is at Vegas, and a 13-inning one-run affair, and Vegas gets a key win against a Brooklyn team that is only 2 games out. A lot of fun stuff going on in the league. Maplewood at D-Gens. What do we have going on? D-Gens. Bob Feller gets a win. Ty Cobb steals 2 bases, or 2 doubles. 5-4 for the D-Gens. T-Ville 9-1 over Manchester. Edmonton gets a key 8-7 win over Marshfield. Liverpool trying to cut that lead of Hagerstown down. They do get a 2-0 shutout. Clayton Kershaw with a big win. And here's Chico's at Dallas. And Chico's gets the win this time. 7-5 win. Chief Bender goes to 12-5 on the season. They beat Dazzy Vance. Long Island beats Washington 4-2. Chicago 10-2 over Mid-Michigan. I see Buckshot's wondering why his team can't beat an under 500 team. I just sim him, Buckshot. I don't manage him, so I don't know how to explain it. But sometimes the dice rolls go a little bit funny. Tijuana at Hadley Lake. Hadley Lake, a close one, but they lose. Lehigh, a couple of 60-plus game winners here as Lehigh has to go into Hagerstown. Hagerstown, I think probably one of the most surprising things in this replay is just how tough Hagerstown's been. Lehigh with an 8-3 win. Kevin Brown gets his 14th. St. Pete beats Florence. Philadelphia this time gets shut out as San Francisco wins another one against them. Steve goes to 9-6. Amazing beats Lancaster, and Brooklyn on the road at Vegas takes the loss. Mike Boddicker involved in a very controversial trade. I guess I shouldn't even bring that up. I still find it funny, but Mike Boddicker gets the win for Vegas. And we move on to Sunday, the 23rd of July. T-Ville now heads into Hagerstown. T-Ville gets spanked. 9 runs on the board for Spawn as Hagerstown beats them. Washington, the expansion team, Jamie's team, headed into Manchester, and Falkenberg, 7-3 win for Manchester. Maplewood, 30-67 on the year coming into Chico's. So hold your fingers together and wish, Chico's. You get a win. Philippe with a win, 4-1. Cleveland with the 3-1 win on Philadelphia, and Lehigh heads into Long Island. Long Island puts a hammer down on Lehigh. John Smoltz is only his 4th win, but they put up 14 runs. Bell with his 17th home run. Dallas at Degens, and Degens come through with an 8-6 win. And Vegas, 2-run win, 7-5 over St. Pete's. Washington at Manchester. Manchester this time loses to the Washington club. Maplewood at Chico's. Maplewood gets their 31st win of the year as they beat Chico's 4-3. Randy Johnson seems like he's been on a tear. I think he's lost his last 5 starts. Amazing at Edmonton. Edmonton shutout. Tiny Bonham pitches a great game. Johnny Mize 3-for-4 with a triple. Tijuana at Brooklyn, and Tijuana slams Brooklyn 14-1. Pete Alexander with the win. T-ville at Hagerstown. T-ville comes out ahead. We'll see what Liverpool can do if Liverpool can close that down a little bit. Marshfield beat Chicago. Chicago's 7 back of Vegas. Cleveland beats Philadelphia. Lehigh comes into Long Island. 14-inning affair, and Cy Young takes a rare loss on the season. Hadley Lake, a 1-run win over Florence. Dallas goes into the Degen upcountry game, and Degen squeaks by. Hornsby, a big game, 20th home run. They go up 5-4 for the win. Lancaster beats Mid-Michigan. Liverpool gets a key win and pulls to within 2.5 of Hagerstown. And we've got a doubleheader, so let's see if it's within 2 or 3. Vegas beats St. Pete, and in the second game, Liverpool beats San Francisco. Liverpool now within 2 games of Hagerstown as that Earth division tightens up. And here we go. Washington at Manchester again. Manchester, Whitey Ford squeaks by 6-5. Chico's, Seaver with the win, 3-1 winners at home against Maplewood. Lehigh, 3-1 winners behind Dolph Luke. Liverpool loses a 1-run affair. Mathewson takes the loss, goes to 2-3. Amazing beats Edmonton. Brooklyn this time returns the favor. Big win over Tijuana. 11 runs they put up. Hagerstown loses to T-ville, so Liverpool just stays 2 back. It's going to be a heck of a race right there with those teams. And really, a water division with these 4 teams within 3.5 games is incredible. You let me know, Buckshot. I can stop. If somebody wants to do some broadcasts tonight, I can stop it right here after the 25th or 20th. So we still got what, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 days left. So I may do just that. Marshfield at Chicago. Chicago, 1 run. 6-5 win. Cleveland, Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Steve Rogers gets the win. Florence at Hadley Lake. Florence shuts out Hadley Lake. Hadley Lake really struggling. Only team in the water division that's really not in the race. Dallas loses to Degens. Joss with a big win. Mid-Michigan beats Lancaster, and Vegas loses to St. Pete 5-3. Okay. I'm hearing Sim, mid-life, Sim, make to the end of the season. Well, here's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just Sim to at least the end of this month and keep things moving along because we do have some football broadcasts we'll be doing tomorrow and different things. So maybe this will help. You let me know here, those of you, we got 9 in here watching. Let me know if we want to just push on through and get the month of July done. The 26th, Washington again at Manchester, and Washington takes a loss. Mike The Musina gets the win. Koff 3 for 4, his 17th home run. Chico shuts out Maplewood. Chief Bender with his 13th win. Brooklyn beats Tijuana 4-2. Chicago 6.5 back. They get a win. Kevin Apier. Cleveland beats Philly. Long Island still still home against Lehigh, and Jim Palmer gets a 2-1 win. And Hadley Lake 11-6. D-Gens take a rare loss. Mike Maddox pitches a great game, wins 8-2. Lancaster, what I'd say a little bit of an upset over Mid-Michigan. Who knows? A very competitive division. The water team is. Vegas, 3-1 winners over St. Pete. Edmonton, Drysdale with a big shutout over Amazing. T-ville at Hagerstown, David Price with a win. And Liverpool at San Francisco, a lot of runs in that game. Kluber with the win, Clemens with the loss. Liverpool 14-8, 14-8 win. Midlife, yeah, get your research going. It's torturous. That's what's fun about the league, right? Some of the just the players we have and the historical and the digging in and the research and the learning about players. I would view it as fun torture. Here we go to the 27th, Hagerstown at Long Island. Hagerstown shuts them out. Tijuana with the win over Florence. Big matchup. Manchester would love nothing more than to spoil anything that Liverpool's involved in. And they do. A 16-inning game where Hoffman comes in relief and gets the win. Big win there for Manchester in extra innings. Cleveland at home, Feller comes in with D-Gens and beats Cleveland. D-Gens looks to be on fire in the last month or so. Marshfield, 6-1 winner. Hadley Lake loses to Brooklyn. Amazing 5-0 shutout over St. Pete. Edmonton shuts out Lancaster. Ed Ruhlbach with a good game there. And San Francisco upends Maplewood. Chicago shuts out Vegas. You know, every win Chicago can get against Vegas gets them closer and closer. They are now only 5.5 back. 4 teams within 4 games in the water. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Liverpool 3 back. D-Gens with the 4-game lead over the Lizards and 7 over Chicos. Florence, 10 innings. 3-2 winner. Dallas smashes Lehigh. Dazzy Vance with the win. Big strikeout pitcher. Long Island, 5-2 over Hagerstown. Any predictions, folks? Liverpool, 5-2, keeps Manchester back and is within 2 of Hagerstown. D-Gens can't lose, it seems. 5-4 winners. Marshfield, 7-5. Marshfield, only a game out. Philadelphia takes a loss. Washington, the expansion team, with a big 11-2 win. Brooklyn on the losing end. Hadley Lake comes in and upsets them 4-2. Amazing gets a win. Chico's on the road. Walter Johnson goes to 13-10 and beats T-ville. Lancaster 8-5, and here's game 2, a doubleheader, a night one. Lehigh against Dallas, and Cy Young gets the win in the nightcap. San Francisco clobbers Maplewood with 19 runs put up. Mo Vaughn hits home run 21, and Chicago at Vegas. This time Vegas holds Chicago off, pushes them back to 6.5 games out. Midlife has his shocked face on, no doubt. Let's autoplay this. Tijuana loses to Florence. D-Gens will not be denied. I don't know how anybody's going to catch them the streak they're on. As much hitting talent as they have as well. 8-0. Mid-Michigan in 10. Brooklyn beats Hadley Lake. Brooklyn, 2.5 back. Lancaster, 7-3. Hagerstown with a win. Manchester loses this time. Liverpool stays in the running, only 2 back. Philadelphia shut out by Washington. St. Pete beats Amazing 3-2. Dallas at Lehigh still. Roy Halladay gets a win. He'd lost a bunch in a row, 10-1. Lehigh with the win. Chico's 2-1 winners with Seaver getting the victory over T-ville. Maplewood at San Francisco. San Francisco piles it on. I think they had 19 yesterday. What did they have yesterday? Was it 19? Score 19 yesterday and 21, 40 runs in 2 games. And they destroy Maplewood. Chicago, a heartbreaker as they try to get closer. And now Vegas has come up with 2 key wins and pushed them back to 7.5 out. And we move on. 2 games left of the month. And who do we see? Hagerstown trying to hold on to that lead. They get beat by Long Island. That leaves the door open for Liverpool. Let's see what happens there. Cleveland is got in search of new front office, you name it, owners, everything. Todd, let us know what's going on. They could be headed into a transition here, right? A rebuild. Chico's on the road, get shut out. What a game. Chief Bender loses, but it's a 1-0 T-ville victory at home. And here's Vegas on the road at Tijuana. They head down south of the border and come up with a loss as Tijuana wins 4-3. And Amazing in Marshfield. Marshfield, a half game out of first now, beats Amazing. Amazing's got that slim lead. Brooklyn's right behind, Mid-Michigan and St. Pete. Heck of a division there. Lancaster, just when Chicago could climb back in, they get pounced as Lancaster and Epirixie, a guy that's made his way around this league, gets the win. Degens at Liverpool. Liverpool, probably one of the few times I'd love to see Liverpool beat people they need to beat at my division. So thanks to Liverpool with a key 1-run win in 11 innings. And Washington shuts out Philadelphia again. What's going on in the city of brotherly love? They are known as the Icemen. It is frigid cold over there with the baseball team. Mid-Michigan shuts out Brooklyn. And tight races. Here we come. Last day of the month. Looks like Lehigh's headed out to Cleveland to start a road trip, and Mordecai Brown gets a win. They shut out Cleveland 10-0. Vegas still on the road at Tijuana, and they lose another one, 3-2. But can Chicago or Tijuana make a move? Hagerstown on the road at Dallas, and they lose. So now we'll see if Liverpool can get even closer. They're only a half game out. Marshfield, a loss against Amazing. Amazing gets that lead back. Chicago with a win. Apier goes the distance, 1-0. Manchester, 8-2 win over Philadelphia. Messina with his 3rd win, only 3-3 on the season. Washington playing the spoiler here for a expansion team as they beat T-ville 4-3. Liverpool at Degens. Degens beats Liverpool just when Liverpool could have pulled and into a tie with Hagerstown. They run up against the juggernaut that the Degens team is, Addy Joss with the win. St. Pete at home loses. Hadley Lake comes in 10 innings, and Doc Crandall gets the win. Long Island puts up a ton on Maplewood's been getting killed. They had 19 put up on them by San Francisco, then 21, and now 19 by Long Island. That might be the worst 3-game stretch for giving up runs I've seen a team have. Brooklyn, Mid-Michigan, both teams 2.5 out. What gives? A shutout for Brooklyn. Chico's on the road at San Francisco. Chico's 7.5 out, 60-41 on the season. And they lose a heartbreaker in 12 innings. Smith gets the win. Ortiz goes 3 for 3, hits his 19th home run. And here is that doubleheader that will finish the day. Can Chico's right the ship? And Chico's does a 12-3 winner over San Francisco. They split that doubleheader, and we have come to the end of July. Let's take a look at what's going on. What is happening in these races? And I tell you, could be one for our four-season history that we're in season 4 right now. This race that's going on in the water as we head into August is unbelievable. I mean, the first place team is 500, but look, only 4.5 games separate 5 of those teams. That's a heck of a dogfight. Hagerstown holds on to a slim lead as we go into August. Liverpool has closed the gap a little, only 1 game's back. I think D-Gens has extended by a game on this run, and they have a 4 game lead on Lehigh, 7.5 on Chico's, and Vegas. I think that might be where they started the month, but they've got a 6.5 game lead. So interesting. Cy Young still leading the votes. Mantle for MVP. Speaker's still up there leading the league. Kravitz has moved into the front runner in home runs, passing up Ruth. But we see Cobb, Lajoie, Hornsby, some of the big hitters for D-Gens helping them out. Is San Francisco and D-Gens and Hagerstown the top 3 in batting? And team pitching, Vegas leading the way by far in team pitching, and it's paying off because they're ahead of that division. So, what moves do we have in store? Because we've hit the trading deadline. So, if we look at the trades that will be reflected, in fact, I'll cite some of those as we move into August. Let me catch up on the Field of Dreams trade channel. What ones do we have? Oh my gosh, what do we have here? We have Hunter Pence leaving Vegas to Hadley Lake for Bob Lemon. We got Eddie Plank and Waddell going to Hadley Lake for Ray Boone and Forrester. So there's some big moves that Vegas is making. Will that help them keep the lead or will it hurt them? Hadley Lake traded George Brett to Liverpool for Chipper Jones. So that'll be reflected here before we start August. Be interesting to see how these turns out. And then Liverpool, who's no stranger to trading, trades Joe Morgan, Dan Bruthers, Johnny Vandermeer, and Ryan Braun to Chicago in exchange for Apier, Jack Clark, Eddie Collins, and Edgar Martinez. A blockbuster 4-person trade. So Vegas gets trades in before the deadline, trying to keep that lead. Chicago, a big 4-player deal, trying to track down Vegas. So we'll have to watch that and see how that plays out. Liverpool then takes Jack Clark and flipped them over to Florence for Boog Powell. And Liverpool swapped McCovey, sent him to Edmonton, who Edmonton's not out of it. They're only 8.5 back. Tijuana 7.5 back. Edmonton's still trying to see if they can close that gap. Involved in a trade is Edmonton will get Willie McCovey from Liverpool, sending Johnny Mize over to Liverpool. In obscure news, Lehigh did trade an unnamed player to an unnamed team in return for an unnamed player, so it's almost like offsetting penalties. None of that even matters. And I think that sums up all of them. So those are some big trades as we get ready to pick up August. There'll be some fun things to watch. A tight race here in the water. Can Lehigh and Chico's do something to stop the hot streaks that the D-Gens are on? Will Liverpool catch and surpass Hagerstown, and can Vegas hold on to that lead? And look at this water division, 5 teams slugging it out. So a lot of fun baseball as we head into August. Trading is now over. I'm going to zip this file up. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm going to drop this file in the next 30 minutes or so, and I'll let you know, those of you that are in the football league as well, get in, I think by this afternoon at like 6 p.m. Eastern, get in your coach files. There's a after week 1 file there to make your coach file from, and we'll pick up week 2 here either later this evening or probably tomorrow morning, do some of the football games. So appreciate everybody tuning in here for an end of July update, and we will see you down the road. What does Buckshot say? I made up like 5 games with this whole win lot. Let's take a look at who's done what. D-Gens, if we look at the box scores here, D-Gens went on a 4-game winning streak, loses, and then they win 4 out of 5. They've had a pretty good, really good July. I mean, look at this streak they had back here. They've only lost 5 games or 6 games in the month of July. Chico's they've had some streaks in there, right? A little bit of win and loss. I feel like Lehigh did the same thing, kind of struggled. They've won their last three, which is good, but back and forth, win a couple, lose a couple. Liverpool seems like they've done good to chase down. They have. They've won four here, lost, win one, lose one, win three. So they've had a little bit of a winning streak here at the end of July. So there's going to be some really good baseball to watch.